Hi, everyone. Welcome to Kectil Born to Lead interview campaign series. Um, for those who aren't familiar with the Kectil programs is the Knowles Education and Charitable Trust for International Leadership. Our mission is clear. We are here to identify, mentor, and network high potential young people in developing countries. And our ambition is to empower them to become leaders, entrepreneurs, and positive change agents in their community by providing resources, training, and a global collaborative network. So we've been doing that for the past 10 years. Perhaps this year, Cacto turned officially 10 years as well. So that is why we are launching this Born to Live campaign interview series, where we are talking to Cacto youth from various developing countries and sharing their achievement, what are they doing right now, and how are they transforming themselves into leader. So for this interview, I have Abdullah Al Nadrun with me, who is a CEO of Bigamona, which is a youth-led science organization built on the belief that science belongs to everyone, not only to those with privilege. And he also focused a lot on science education, and then because his academic background is in food engineering. And that led to him working on the social side of things, where he realized that a lot of people do not have access to food, which is a survival for a lot of the people. Having that belief and having that background in food science, he entered Hult Prize in Bangladesh, where he became a champion of his Hult Prize at the Sharjah University of Science and Technology this year. And as a result of that, he founded Anna Chaya, a food-based climate-resilient shelter system designed for refugee and disaster-affected community and also for the war-affected civilians in places including Bangladesh, of course, Gaza, Syria, Ukraine, and other parts of the world. So he built Anna Chaya on a simple belief that an urgent realization that when people lose their homes, they do not only lose shelter, they lose access to food, which is a safety, which is a dignity at the same times. So Abdullah, thank you very much for joining us. Tell us the first thing, why? Why do you care about these people and why are you creating this organization to help them regarding the food safety and to provide for that?
Thank you very much, Ray, for the very warm introduction of me. I am very overwhelmed by the introduction. Thank you very much. And before entering my story, I really thank the Kectil Foundation for arranging such a beautiful initiative to inspire more youths like me. Okay, then get back to my story. What actually inspired me? I belong to a very middle class family. I have seen people from very rich families. I've also seen people of very poor. They are eating day by day. Just they have access to slums only. They don't have even a house to stay at night. So this actually gives me a belief that why not we, the privileged one, do better for the society who are not privileged as us? Why can't we help them? So that actually foster me to work for the people who are underprivileged. And that's why I have worked for people and social organizations. Apart from social organizations, I have actually the burning desire to work for education, STEM education for slums children, for the autistic childs, and also for the madrasa students. I have also built and founded Anna Chaya, which is a SaaS price, a Hult Prize SaaS initiative, which I have become the champion. We have become champion on that. It is a climate-based shelter, food plus shelter system, which will provide them food, a source of shelter, and also a source of income. That's what is Anna Chaya. So why? What actually drives me? According to me, I am pretty much into the academia. of food engineering. Then one day I have realized that just by what attending the lectures, by giving exams, that doesn't fulfill my degree. That is not the only purpose of my degree. I have something to do more for the people, for the underprivileged one. And that led me to to innovate something extraordinary. Until then, we usually don't, the world didn't have the food system for the refugees. They have the only aid system. They don't have the self-sustaining system through which a refugee can build their own food, their own vegetables. That thought hit me and pushed me to build a food-based shelter system that will feed a lot the peoples who are suffering from food, shelter, even the water system. The refugees are suffering from water system, so it will also provide them the water system, shelter, and the food. So that is Anna Chaya. And why? I have told them to thrive to work for the people, the underprivileged one.
Yeah, no, that's your humanity is inspiring. You know, you see something, you see somebody less privileged, and then you just started with a simple idea that I want to help them because they're less privileged and I see them suffering. And I believe as well a lot of the, great initiatives start from there. So there are 2 points that you talk that I want to ask a follow-up questions on. The first one is if people aren't clear, there are a bunch of slums in Bangladesh that are housing millions of people, and as well as a refugee comes usually, from my understanding, is crammed with a lot of assertive conditions, and that they don't have, as you mentioned, limited access to water, sanitation, food, etc. Um, my first question is like, what is the situation like over there? Because you live there, so paint a picture. What does it look like for the refugee, and then for those less fortunate living in those slums and refugee camps, what is the reality?
Okay, so in Bangladesh, we have around 10 lakhs refugees, Rohingya refugees. They have been pushed away from the Myanmar. The Myanmar army has pushed them. The Arakans are getting them. So they were forced to come to Bangladesh. And now they are trying to get settled here. But the thing is that they actually need aids. They have been fully dependent on the government of Bangladesh and the other United Nations agencies and the organization NGOs who is providing them shelter and the foods. Apart from the aids, they are totally involved in um, antisocial activities like drugs, smuggling, and different activities through which they try to earn some money. But that is not the solution. So I have seen that they are quarreling each other. They didn't have enough schools. They didn't have proper food. They didn't have proper shelter. And most importantly, as I'm a food engineering student, I have seen the problem of malnutrition among the children. Even there is a common belief that Rohingya women cannot come out of their home. They have to live in darkness. Even they were they are fully covered in their home too,
Mhm.
and due to these they have vitamin D deficiency. So the all scenarios overall is disastrous. The as per the Rohingyas. Apart from the Rohingya or refugees, we also have peoples who are sufferer of disasters. As Bangladesh is a country of 6 seasons, we have various seasons, we have various disasters to face. So flood is a common thing in Bangladesh. Also, we face river erosion. That is another major problem of Bangladesh. We have a lot of rivers in Bangladesh, as Bangladesh is called as the riverine country of the world. So we have a lot of rivers and people are suffering from river erosion. We also face a lot of earthquakes. So that actually makes the people suffer more. They loses their shelters, they loses their dignities and all. They have to go to public places to stay for AIDS. So that actually, after seeing the whole scenario, it actually makes me cry too for them because they actually are suffering. and we, the privileged one, aren't doing enough or aren't innovating something very useful for them. So that feeling drives me to build the system on the chair. And the scenario over there is uh, very disastrous.
Yeah, no, I think that's one great solution, as I mean that also leads to my second question, but kind of to recap on the first point. It is incredibly sad to hear that, the Rohingya women's are basically in gender apartheid right now. They have to stay inside home, they don't have contact to society. And I'm sure that has the mental health impact. And then, as you mentioned, that also has the physical impact as well. And then your solution in particular, right now is, the global aid and situation currently is not unstable with everything's happening right now. And then these refugees who rely on the aid, as you mentioned, also sometimes are involved in criminal activities such as drug smuggling, and that has a huge legal risk. And then if the aid were cut out, those activities going to, continue and even grow, which is horrible, horrible news for Bangladesh, who is the host to those refugees. So I think that's your solution is a great solution where you take them out of those activity and give them an actual, way to live. If you don't have aid, if you have a space, if you have a river, if you have the field, this is how you grow food. So that's like incredible solution. So right now, tell me, and then to all the people who is watching, how does Anna Chaya work? Like, what's the system? What's the organization? How does an organization work? Where is the starting point, and then where is the ending point? How do you start and how do you end? And how do you train these refugees? Also explain different components. So give us the full pictures of Anna Chaya.
Thank you very much for the question. Okay, so the honor share idea was came before the Hult Prize in our the university I am studying. So this idea was about giving them, the refugees, the war-affected civilians, and the disastrous people, a system that will help, that will give them proper shelter, then a food system, and also a sanitary system. And more importantly, we are also providing them a protein system, protein source. So how it works? In Usually they are provided with the shelter tents like this. Okay, so I have used the vertical farming technique. The vertical farming will be from the whole world walls. It will be based on the whole walls that will be built through which they can earn different kind of vegetables and other things, plants type, small plants type things. Inside the home, we have a water system which they can, if they urinate, the whole gray water will be recycled, and then it will be given to the vertical farming system through the pipes. Also, we have solar system in the above the roof that will provide the electricity for the shelter, and also a very special insect farming box. As in Rohingya camps or other affected peoples, they usually have enough of bio waste. So we are using this bio waste and turn these bios into a organic component that will give nutrition to the plants, to the vegetables. It will be used as the fertilizer for the soil or for the plants. So this idea was put it in the roof also beside the solar system. It is known as the insect farming box, where we will decompose the organic waste and turn it into fertilizers. Also, we will grow a small microbes that will be a huge source of proteins, also huge source of drugs. We can sell these drugs. The refugees can sell these drugs to the pharmaceuticals companies, through which they can earn a huge amount of revenue. So here comes the idea of dignity. So we are not actually providing any aid to them. We are providing a whole system through which they can gain the previous identity, the dignity they have lost through the disasters or the war or anything. So this is how the whole mechanism is. So it is not actually my own thing. I have a team. who works for it. I have a very prestigious academic advisors panel who is from Shahjahan University of Science and Technology, professor of food engineering technical department from our department. His name is Mohammed Monir Hasan sir. He has done PhD from University of one of the University of USA. We have another professor, associate professor, who is Subrata sir. He is in architecture. He has helped us to build the structure. We have two more professors. One is from, two of them was from BUET, Bangladesh University of Engineering Technology, BUET. So he is from a civil engineering background. He also helped us with the materials and more. We also have his name is Amin Islam sir, and the architecture sir is Subrata sir. We also have a ma'am from Buet. His name is Sabila ma'am. He is working with the urban planning. She has guided us through the urban planning systems in the refugee camps. So these are the academic advisors who helped us and who is still helping us to go beyond. We have a plan to do a research on the validation of Anna Chaya on the Rohingya camp very soon. I guess in this March 30 or 31st, we will go visit there and we will do a content validation. We will do the research validation of Anna Chaya model with the Rohingyas, the refugees actually. So till now, we are working on the models. We will do a patent of these models. It is still in progress, and we are having a lot of meetings on different stakeholders. Like we will be holding a meeting on Zyka Bangladesh uh, very soon. Other different organizations through which we can align both together um, to work for the underprivileged peoples. Then, this Onoshaya aligns with many SDG goals. We have hygiene, the water use, sustainability, and many more. So together, Onoshaya is really a innovative idea which is working for the peoples with whom everyone is not chasing. In this age of AI and blockchains, everyone is chasing behind them. The AI, the blockchain, the new technological inventions. But what about these 100 million peoples? What about these 100 million peoples with whom no one is concerned? Only the NGOs are working for them. No students is getting on them. Students are living on the AI and the modern era of technologies, but the real problem is still on the basic needs of a human, that is food, shelter. It is not available. So why not we are working on them? So so till now this is the on the chair, and that's how the whole model is till now.
Yeah, no, just incredible. Two points. The first one is I'd like to say thank you to all of your professors and team who help you because I saw, the passion and the appreciation in your, mentioning of them as well. You have a vision and you have, mentors, teachers who are teaching you the necessary skills that you need. And that is what Kectil is all about. And then you have a team, so you know that you can go alone by yourself. So you know you have the awareness of form a team and work with them. So, thank you to all the people who are supporting you on this mission. And the second point is, I think Anna Chaya is like particularly very beautiful because you're combining the science and then the sustainability with the bio element and also innovation. So that is also beautiful. And I love the fact that you say that, all the young people are just following the AI and following the trend, and nobody is paying much attention to the food, the shelter. We can't eat ChatGPT, we can't eat Gemini. We need to eat food, and to be able to eat food, we need to grow them. And in particular, you are taking a lot of, refugees and vulnerable people who are below the poverty line. If they don't have a purpose and they don't have a job, they might fall into the criminal activities, and you are putting them on a valid, track to grow food and then to prepare for that. So I think that's also a great, a great mission. So you are about to enter to the market analysis phase for your organization. So what are the challenges that you're seeing? Like, do you think they're gonna accept the solution that you're offering to, or do you think they're gonna say no because there's no aid anymore. They're not going to get handouts anymore. They have to actually do work. So how do you see that the market challenges? And then depending on that, what are your strategy? What are you thinking right now in your planning phase right now? Yeah.
Okay, so the market feasibility is very rich in these eight-based, humanitarian eight-based systems or the providers. It is about $120 billion of market here, the humanitarian aid system. Peoples are suffering a lot. Peoples are from Gaza, Syria, uh, then Ukraine, other peoples like in South Africa or the Mauritius. There's Somalians. There are a lot of people who are suffering from lack of food, lack of shelters. So this market of humanitarian aid is a lot. It's about $120 billion. And people suffering is $100 million. I mean, about 100 millions of people are suffering from these issues. So it is a really great opportunity for the innovators to actually market their solution. Apart from the humanitarian thing, we also need the money, actual thing. We actually need the finance to build, to work for more people, to help more people. So for that, we are actually trying to get investors for us for building the to crack the our break-even point. So for break-even point, we are reaching different investors. We have been collaborating and with different organizations too for research purposes and many more. Uh, the challenges I have been facing is the lack of awareness, the lack of awareness of those people who are suffering. The people, normal people think that they are getting AIDS and it is normal. But the actual thing is that it is not a solution. The aid is not actual solution. It is a temporary thing. So they are not concerned about the solution. So I think it is I think the main challenge for me to convince that it is a really serious issue for them to invest. And it is a huge market to actually invest. Another thing is that in Bangladesh, we are really lack of opportunities of startups. We don't have a Silicon Valley. In Bangladesh, we don't have any Silicon Valley. Our neighboring country have Bangalore, which is known as the Silicon Valley of India. But in Bangladesh, we are lacking of the Silicon Valley. So I am facing a lot of problems with the startups cultures in Bangladesh. We don't have a community of startups as Bangladesh is mainly based on the family businesses. They worked on the family businesses, and that's why startup culture is not very popular in Bangladesh. And that is the fund problem is really a big issue. Government are giving proper funds, a huge amount of funds to the students for startups, for incubators. So it is a really big challenge for me to convince that it is a huge market to invest and also uh, a great chance to take part in the sustainability.
Mhm. Yeah, a lot of big challenges for you and the team ahead. One advice that I can say is that your solution is incredible. You are not just trying to help people, you are trying to take these people out of criminal activities, you are trying to take these people out of poverty, and you are giving them dignity to be able to, grow their own food. So hold on to your idea. Don't give up, no matter what challenges ahead, because we need more solution like this, and we need you to be successful so that there is an actual change happen. My final questions is for all the young people within the Kectil program who are interested in competing in the competition like Hult Prize and particularly become winners like you, um, as well as the other aspect of things, how do you compete, how do you win? And then I'm sure you have taken in other competition before, and then you have had cases where you don't win as well. So how do you deal with that? So as a person who just won Holt Prize in Bangladesh, what is your advice to all the young people watching right now?
Okay, so case competitions or idea competitions isn't really so hard. It's really easy. Judges wants to see simple solution with a lot of impact. They want a solution with huge impact. So I think for youngers who wants to participate in Hult Prize or many other competitions, I would suggest them give your best. Give It is not about the best thing or like that. Give what you have actually. I would say give what you have. You don't have to be very unique. You don't have to be so super superficial, or you don't have to be very innovative. You can make it super simple and win the competition. The competitions is about the solution and the impact. So you have to focus on the solution, what problems you are addressing, and what solution you are giving. And the last thing is the impact. What impact you are making for the world. So if you actually analyze these two things, I guess winning any competition is really easy. And for me, wow, how I started, I actually started participating competitions uh, in my first years. I have arranged we have been arranged a such business club thing which I have participated. Kickoff. Then I have become the eighth positions, I guess. Yes, and this was my second competition, Hult Prize. I have been the champion. We have been the champion team on the show.
Awesome. I love it. Be simple. What is the impact that you're creating for the world? And then keep doing that. Appreciate it. We're gonna talk more with you on the second episode because we are doing the second forward episode with you. Thank you very much for sharing, Anna Chaya, your story, and then explaining the world about what the Rohingya refugees in Bangladesh are currently facing, and as a youth leader, how are you trying to address it? We need more of you in our world as well. And then these type of solution, and given this the stage of our and the state of our world right now, we need more of those solution as well. So thank you for that. And then we will see you on the second episode. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ray. Thank you.